In a quiet monastery hidden in the mountains of Asia, there lived a monk whose life was devoted to meditation, silence, and the exploration of the human spirit. He was not famous, nor was he seeking recognition, yet his discovery would one day inspire scientists, healers, and seekers all around the world. This monk believed that the deepest wounds of the human heart, grief, trauma, sorrow, and fear, could be healed not only through prayer or discipline, but through sound. And what he found was a frequency, a vibration so pure that it touched the very core of human emotions, awakening something ancient within the soul. For years, the monk spent his days in meditation, listening not just with his ears, but with his entire being. The wind through the trees, the rustle of leaves, the flow of water, all of these carried vibrations. He noticed that certain tones brought peace, while others stirred emotions buried deep within. By chanting for hours and experimenting with subtle shifts in tone, he began to sense that sound itself was a bridge between the body and the spirit. One night, while in deep meditation, he focused on a single tone that seemed to resonate within his chest. It vibrated not only in his body, but also in his mind, dissolving memories of pain and sadness he had carried for years. In that moment, he felt as if a veil had been lifted, as if the frequency itself had unlocked a hidden doorway to healing. This was the beginning of his discovery, the realization that emotions are not only mental, but vibrational, and that sound can be used to realign the soul. Over time, he refined this practice. He would sit in the monastery's temple, surrounded by silence, and chant in precise tones. Soon other monks noticed the effects. Those who had been restless became calm. Those who carried sorrow felt relief, and even physical ailments seemed to ease. The sound carried a power that words alone could not achieve. What the monk had uncovered was more than music. It was a frequency of transformation. Modern science today confirms what the monk experienced centuries ago. Sound affects our nervous system, our brainwaves, and even our cells. Certain frequencies can slow down the heart rate, reduce stress hormones, and activate the body's natural healing response. What the monk discovered intuitively is now being studied in laboratories around the world. His ancient practice of using sound as medicine has become the foundation for what we now call sound therapy. But beyond science, there is something deeply human about this discovery. All of us have felt the power of music to move us, to bring tears, or to lift us into joy. The monk's secret was to take that experience deeper, to use specific tones with intention, and to allow them to heal wounds hidden beyond conscious thought. For him, this was not entertainment, it was sacred work. And perhaps this is the lesson we can carry into our own lives. If sound has the power to heal, then we are never truly powerless against our emotions. By learning to listen, by embracing silence, and by seeking the right vibrations, we too can begin to release the burdens of the past. The monk's frequency is not just a story from long ago, it is a reminder that healing is within reach. If we dare to tune in, if this story is already resonating with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Click the like button and share this video with friends. Together, we can spread these ancient secrets and inspire more people to discover the hidden power of sound. And the human spirit, the journey of the monk, shows us that healing does not always come from outside sources. Sometimes, the most profound answers are already within us, waiting to be awakened by a simple vibration, a single frequency, a tone that reminds us of who we truly are. As the monk continued his practice, he noticed that the effects of the frequency went far beyond temporary relief. People who listened carefully began to access emotions they had long suppressed. Grief that had been buried for decades, fears they were unaware of, and even joy that had been clouded by life's hardships. The frequency seemed to act like a mirror, reflecting what lay hidden in the depths of the soul. while simultaneously offering a gentle hand to guide those emotions toward release. He discovered that the human body responds to vibration in subtle but profound ways. The frequency he used resonated with the heart, the lungs, and even the brain, creating a harmony that allowed tension and trauma to dissolve. Those who experienced it often reported feeling lighter, calmer, and more connected to themselves. Some even described a sensation of being reset, as if the internal stress that had accumulated over years simply melted away. The monk also realized that this practice could be personalized. Each individual's emotional and physical state responded differently to specific tones. What worked for one person might not have the same effect for another. With patience, observation, and intuition, he learned to adjust the frequency, duration, and intensity of the sound to meet the needs of each listener. This was not a one-size-fits-all approach, but a deeply intuitive, compassionate method of healing. Through his work, the monk began to attract others, seeking relief from pain that conventional methods could not address. People traveled long distances to sit quietly in his presence and experience the vibrations. And though he never sought recognition or wealth, word spread of the profound transformations that occurred in those who listened. His monastery became a sanctuary where sound, intention, and presence combined to awaken inner healing. It is fascinating to consider that what the monk discovered centuries ago aligns with modern scientific research. Neuroscientists have shown that sound waves can influence brainwave patterns, stimulate the vagus nerve, and even promote the release of healing chemicals in the body. Frequencies in the right range can synchronize the hemispheres of the brain, reduce anxiety, and improve emotional resilience. What the monk understood intuitively, without instruments or laboratories, is now being validated through the lens of science. Yet there is a deeper truth beyond the science. The monk's frequency teaches us that healing is as much about listening as it is about sound itself. It requires presence, attention, and a willingness to feel. Many of us spend our lives avoiding discomfort, numbing emotions, or distracting ourselves from the pain we carry. The frequency is a reminder that true healing comes when we are brave enough to meet our emotions, to allow them to move, and to let the natural harmony of vibration restore balance. At this point, if you're finding this story meaningful, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and share it with others who may benefit from this ancient wisdom. By spreading these teachings, we can help more people reconnect with their inner potential for emotional healing. The monk's discovery also offers a subtle lesson about patience. Emotional wounds do not vanish instantly, and the frequency is not magic. It is a tool, a guide, a bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind. Healing requires time, intention, and repetition. Those who embrace the frequency daily reported profound changes in their perception of themselves, their relationships, and the world around them. And perhaps the most important lesson of all is that the power to heal is not separate from us. It is not something we must find outside. It is something we can awaken within. The monk's frequency is a symbol of this truth, a reminder that through sound, presence, and attention, we can access the innate ability to restore balance, peace, and harmony in our lives. As the monk grew older, his understanding of the frequency deepened. He realized that sound was not just a tool for temporary relief, but a doorway to lasting transformation. By consistently tuning into the vibration, individuals began to release layers of emotional tension that had accumulated over years, even decades. Memories of pain, regret, and fear that once seemed permanent could be observed, processed, and gently released. The frequency acted like a bridge, connecting the conscious mind with the deeper currents of the subconscious, allowing the body, mind, and spirit to harmonize. People who experienced the frequency reported profound changes. Some felt a lightness in their chest, as if old burdens had been lifted. Others found clarity in their thoughts, a sense of renewed purpose, or a deeper connection to the present moment. In many cases, the effects were not just emotional, but physical as well. Stress-related symptoms, sleeplessness, and even chronic tension seemed to ease when individuals practiced listening regularly. This demonstrated a powerful truth. Healing is holistic, and sound is a catalyst for aligning mind and body. The monk often emphasized that the frequency was a doorway, not the destination. He encouraged patience, mindfulness, and intentionality. He would say, "Do not chase the sound. Allow it to guide you. Listen deeply and let the vibrations show you what your heart already knows." In this way, the practice became more than therapy. It became a meditation, a journey into self-awareness, and a path toward inner peace. Today, this ancient practice has inspired modern sound therapy techniques. Researchers and healers around the world are exploring how frequencies can influence brain waves, reduce stress, and support emotional well-being. Yet the essence of the monk's wisdom remains unchanged. The most powerful healing comes from the subtle interaction between intention, sound, and the innate capacity of the human mind to restore balance. The lesson from this story is clear. Each of us carries a hidden potential for emotional healing. We may not all have the exact frequency the monk discovered, but we all have the capacity to listen, to feel, and to align with the subtle vibrations within ourselves. Moments of silence, music, meditation, and mindful presence can all serve as frequencies that restore harmony and vitality to our emotional and physical selves. If you have found this story inspiring, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who might benefit from these teachings. By spreading this wisdom, we can help more people discover the transformative power of sound and the innate capacity of the human mind to heal itself. The monk's discovery reminds us that transformation does not always require complex techniques or external tools. Sometimes all it takes is a vibration, a mindful pause, and a willingness to feel deeply. In the end, the frequency is not just a sound, it is an invitation to reconnect with our true selves, to release what no longer serves us, and to awaken the innate harmony that has always existed within. And so, the story of the monk and his healing frequency continues to inspire those who seek balance, emotional freedom, and a deeper understanding of the mind. It teaches us that healing is not something to be found outside. It is something to be awakened within, one vibration at a time.